Cowboys 18H Vernon Bryant, staff photographer Dallas Cowboys strong safety Jeff Heath 38 runs up the field after intercepting a pass from New York Giants quarterback Eli Manning 10 during the second half of play at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, on Sunday, December 10, 2017. Dallas Cowboys defeated the New York Giants 30-10. Vernon Bryant, The Dallas Morning News by SportsDailyFW.com at SportsDailyFW Editor's Note: this story has been updated since its original post date. Here's 10 things you might not know about Dallas Cowboys safety Jeff Heath. The basics: name, Jeff Heath. Date of birth, May 14, 1991. Age 26, in Lake Orion, Michigan. Height, 6 feet, 1 inch. Weight, 212 pounds. Pos, safety. College, Saginaw Valley State. DII, Go Cardinals. Heath wasn't heavily recruited out of high school and attended Saginaw Valley State, a Division II school in Michigan, on a partial scholarship. He started 30 of 35 games, making 219 tackles, 7 interceptions and 4 fumble recoveries. He was all GLIAC his senior season. Jeff Heath, soccer star. Heath got more attention as a high school recruit in soccer than he did in football. But did his dad still think he'd be playing in the NFL one day? Absolutely not, Mike Heath, Jeff's father, told MetLife in 2013. Jeff came out of high school with a couple of soccer offers for Division I schools. That was the sport that, if he was going to be scholarshiped in a sport, it was going to be for soccer. Is Jeff Heath finally poised for Cowboys stardom? Despite meeting with many NFL teams prior to the 2013 draft, Heath never heard his name called. It was a long 7.5 hours, Heath told MetLife after the draft. It was disappointing. I had always hoped to get drafted, but at the same time it wasn't something I expected. I knew either way I was going to have to earn a spot. He was signed as a free agent by the Cowboys shortly after the draft. Overlooked college gem during the 2013 preseason. SportsDay described Heath as an overlooked gem that the Cowboys had to dig deep to find, something they've done very well in the past. See other undrafted standouts: Tony Romo, Miles Austin, Nate Newton, Drew Pearson. Former SportsDay writer Rick Gosselin: if you pull for the underdog, you're pulling for Heath to find a spot on the 53-man roster of the Cowboys this next week. Heath made quite an impression on the team's talent evaluators during the non-contact portion of the offseason in the spring. When the Cowboys finally put the pads on this summer, Heath enhanced those impressions of him. And that was by design. Quite the debut. Brad Loper, staff photographer Dallas Cowboys defensive back Jeff Heath 38 stops Detroit Lions wide receiver Calvin Johnson 81 just short of the end zone in the second half of NFL football action at Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan on Sunday, October 27, 2013. Brad Loper, The Dallas Morning News: Heath's first start came in October of his rookie season. The Cowboys traveled to Ford Field in Detroit to face the Lions. As luck would have it, it wasn't the first time Heath would be making plays on that field. He battled for his high school state championship in the same building a few years prior. Replacing injured safety J.J. Wilcox, Heath recorded 9 tackles and forced a fumble. Heath plays safety, but was forced into action as a kicker. Former starting kicker Dan Bailey was ruled of the Cowboys' matchup with the San Francisco 49ers on October 22, 2017, right before kickoff. With no other kicker on the roster, Heath filled in as an emergency option. Kick is nothing new for Heath. He kicked in high school and has practiced it with the Cowboys. He didn't attempt an actual field goal against the 49ers, but knocked in 2 of 3 extra points. The Cowboys faced off against the Seattle Seahawks during Week 8 of the 2015 season. On a punt return just before halftime, he threw a monster block on Seattle's Ricardo Lockett that left the wide receiver motionless at midfield. Lockett suffered a season-ending neck injury, and later retired from football. It sucks that was the outcome of the situation, Heath told the Dallas Morning News. I think he knows that wasn't my intention and it was kind of just a freak deal, and that's the risk that we take when we play this game. Streak breaker during the Cowboys' 2016 divisional round playoff game against the Green Bay Packers, Heath made a diving interception of QB Aaron Rodgers. The pick snapped a career-long streak for Rodgers of 318 consecutive pass attempts without throwing an interception, the second longest streak in the NFL since 2000. An excellent 2017 Ben Margo, AP Oakland Raiders quarterback Derek Carr 4 fumbles the ball into the end zone in front of Dallas Cowboys strong safety Jeff Heath 38 during the second half of an NFL football game in Oakland, California, Sunday. Dak 2017. The play was ruled a touchback and the Cowboys got possession. The Cowboys won 20-17. AP photo, Ben Margo. Heath was one of the brightest spots of the Cowboys' 2017 offseason. On the first day of minicamp, he picked off 2 Dak Prescott passes while working with the first-team defense. That carried into the 2017 season, where Heath had the best year of his career. He started all 15 games he played and came up with 55 solo tackles, 3 interceptions and 2 forced fumbles. His highlight of the season came against the Raiders on deck. 17. Carr forced a fumble of Oakland quarterback Derek Carr in the end zone. The ball rolled out of the end zone, giving Dallas a win and keeping their playoff hopes alive. He certainly seems to have a knack, Coach Jason Garrett said. Again, we saw that right from the start when he was playing special teams for us as a rookie. He just seems to have a nose for the ball and has an instinct and an awareness to be able to get there. I think he's grown as a safety. He's getting better and becoming a better tackler in space and making more and more plays on the ball. He certainly made the signature plays in the game last